Good evening, good evening, good evening, everyone. You know why I am here. Thank you for checking out another one of my weekly Forex analysis. I appreciate everyone for checking this in. And this is brought to you by Arbitrage. You guys know my arbitrage indicator that I use. That is what allows me to have an edge in the market. And so if anybody's interested in using that arbitrage indicator that I do use on my analysis, just go ahead and hit me up and I can give you more information about that. Now let's go ahead and go on and look at the Forex fundamental analysis here. So as you guys can see, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or Thursday, Friday, there is no other news. All there is GBP and USD news, and it just looks like it's just some speeches that's going to be happening. So therefore, I'm not really going to care for fundamentals today, this week, which I always love for it to happen. But we always do know as well that there is the possibility of price going and what am I trying to say here? Is for price and being sporadically being moved by different types of fundamentals that goes on, right? So that's gonna be all I'm gonna say for that. So let's go ahead and take a look at the DXY. Let's take a look at the weekly time frame first of all, and get rid of these drawings here. I'm gonna bring them back though. So weekly time frame looks good for the bullish move, although I'm not really crazy over. Let me get rid of this trend real quick. I'm not really crazy over that wick that's pushing to the upside, but I did want to see a break and retest type of move on the DXY, and so I kind of did get that. It's going over to the daily time frame. I'm actually gonna push these a little lower. This is my zone right here. Gonna push this a little slightly lower. There you go. So I like how price did indeed come and push up to the upside like so, then came down and then again pushed to the upside as well. I really like seeing that right there, because that is really, it's still showing me that yes, this break and retest can be a possible move. Now the only thing I don't really like is that I have an engulfing candle right here on the very next day after this bullish candle with the breakout. But like I did mention, I did want to see a break and retest, and I got it. So now I'm currently looking to see what the DXY is going to do here, because I do expect a push to the upside, downward continuation to the upside. Really want to see if price is going to make its next way up to this next zone right here. But overall, I do want to kind of see price come up here. So I'm just going to leave that here. Gonna go ahead and make this a regular box here. And so, actually, no, I was right. Down here looks way better. And this is why zooming out is sometimes needed, because then you get to see the other parts of the chart. And so, right here, that looks so perfect for me for a price to push up to the, ooh, never mind. I like seeing that. I'll talk about Ripple more. And then, so I got push, retest, continuation to the upside. Come up to the next zone at 92.229. If I could see that this week, that'd be love, because that would just help with the pairs move. But this can be something that doesn't happen until most likely the likes of next week. But overall, I still want to see this type of move happen. I'm going to the 4-hour time frame real quick. And again, guys, like, let's just look at from this wick, because this is when price really decided to take off and push to the upside. So if we take this wick right here, and then we draw a fib on it, look exactly where price is chilling at. Price is in the 71% / 78.6 area. This is love to me right now. Like seeing all this confluence, and I'm only grabbing it from this push to the upside, because like I said, this is what really made the market like break out of this. Break out from this zone right here. So as I'm seeing that, I really do like to see buys at this area right here. If I do start to see price starting to come down a little bit more, I won't get too frightened. But if I do see price come to like 90.800, then I'm going to be like, okay, this is probably going to end up being a reversal, and it's going to start actually going bearish. But like I said, as of right now, I totally am loving this break, retest, continuation to the upside. So I'm looking for buys on the DXY. Yeah, basically kind of the same thing right here. Because like I said, this is where it took off, consolidated, pressed to the upside. So that's for the DXY with just regular technical analysis. Let's go ahead and look at arbitrage and see what arbitrage is talking about. I'm actually going to get rid of the Atlas. All right, and so what I'm really seeing here is that price can definitely, like, I don't really, all I really want to see is price push to the upside. I mean, I've been talking about how I do expect when I saw this bull move right here, or when I saw this buy on the DXY, I was saying that I did expect it to push to the upside. It did that. It broke and retested RSI and all. It didn't call for a sell, so still expect the DXY to push to the upside. That's for sure, for certain. But I don't like how it's under the mean line right here. So I'm not really necessarily saying that, oh, this is gonna make me not buy it, but I'm just gonna be watching that for sure. 4-hour time frame. Now this is something I don't really care to see, to be quite honest with you. Price is under the RSI line, so that could be showing some type of push to the downside. But again, there's no real, other than price is under the RSI line right here. The only thing that's also showing that this might end up selling is that we have the level pro, and it's not really showing me that, oh, it does definitely want to drop. It kind of looks like it wants to bend to start curving to the upside. So again, I'm just looking for buys at this moment. This had called for a sell right before, at 5 a.m. on Friday, so that's cool. But that, again, I'm not looking for any type of sells. I'm looking for buys. So what I'm going to do, arbitrage, I'm going to go ahead and set up an alert for when the 15-minute calls for a buy, and then we'll see how that plays out. So I'm definitely looking for this to continue to the upside, like right here, right now. So if that's the case, let's go on to EURUSD, and I'm going to actually push that away. And let's go on to these regular charts here. Okay, excellent. So I don't know if you guys were quite paying attention. Well, let me not say that necessarily, but I did want price realistically to push up to the upside right here before dropping. But then once I didn't see this, I was like, okay, well, I still want to see this happen. Price push to the upside and then a drop, right? No, not close that off. Let me close this. There we go. So, and remember, guys, this is what I wanted from last week. I either wanted price to push up to the upside to 1.22570 and then a drop, or I just wanted the breakout, the retest, which I think is kind of basically going to happen, and then a continuation to the downside. My analysis still hasn't changed from last week. So I got the push to the downside. I didn't trade this though. Then I wanted to push up. If I can get a better pricing at 1.20660, then I would love for a sell to happen right there. But honestly speaking though, it would even be bad to take a sell right here. But let me look into this a little deeper though. So let me go into the weekly time frame. So I'm going to go ahead and hide these, since we do know the play that I'm still looking for is just a push to the downside. And this needs to get deleted because I don't think that's going to happen. Okay, close that out. So again, same thing with the DXY, and then me seeing the weekly EURUSD. I do like seeing this bearish candle, but then I also see that it's leaving this huge wick to the downside. Now, naturally, whenever I see stuff like this happen, the first thing that comes to my mind is, oh, well, this is literally just going to get filled. Like, this wick is going to end up getting filled. Whether it takes 2 weeks or 3 weeks, I think that this is going to get filled out eventually, right? Daily time frame, same thing. I don't like seeing this engulfing candle right after this bearish candle right here. But price was so bearish that it does kind of still look like it needs a retracement. And if I'm looking at this daily retracement, it's not looking the greatest for me personally for EURUSD. I still want price to come up to 1.21227, right? But that's not the play that I'm looking for. I just said that, hey, if I can get a break and retest of this thing, I'm going to probably end up selling it. So going to the 4-hour time frame. And again, I really don't care for, let me not say I don't care. I don't care for this fib that still has to, I think, come out and grab some liquidity up here, like up to like 1.21128, and then end up dropping. That's kind of what I'm expecting for things to happen, you know? So when I see that, all I could really say is, well, either A, you could take the sell right here, or B, wait for a price to come up to a better pricing for you and then drop. I don't want that price. I want 1.20975. So I'm going to go ahead and set a sell limit right here. If I can get price to climb up there, then for sure, I'm definitely taking the sell right here. But if I don't, then what I would just honestly say is, oh well. Like, I really do like the break and retest, but I still want price to climb up a little higher. Now, I do see that it is at this level right here where it can respect. And so, and I would just give a little game to the risky traders out there. If you want to try to sell it right here, and just because you don't think that price is going to climb up to 1.20974 or 984 as it shows, what you could really do, go on to the lower time frames, is you see this zone right here. You could literally sell price right here. Like, it's not necessarily a bad thing. All I see is that there's a whole bunch of liquidity up here that still needs to get grabbed from when price has been dropping, you know? And so, again, if you want to sell this right here, there is nothing that's stopping you, because you could just do something like this. Like, oh, I'm going to move my stop loss like right here, like risk 15 to 20 pips, and then be like, oh, okay, then I'm going to take it to the downside. Now, I'm not calling this as a trade. I'm just saying that, hey, if you're a risky trader and you don't think that price is going to come up here, then absolutely, you can take this sell right here. You would be in profit right now already. But that's a decision that you have to make, right? But again, for me personally, I'm going to go ahead and wait for this to play out. Because, again, it gives me better pricing, and I get to have better risk reward. This looks like a solid play. If it does end up happening, then, hey, I'm just like, it is what it is. If price does end up pushing up to this high, though, to 1.20974, then I'm going to start probably questioning the DXY, because that would mean that the DXY might be pushing to the upside. I mean, might be pushing lower to the downside. And again, it's very much possible that the DXY does drop, and then when it drops, it ends up going to like that 90-ish Fibonacci range and then popping to the upside. So have a lot of those placed out, but this is for sure what I've been waiting for a good sell entry. So I'm going to wait for that on EU. Risky traders, if you want, by all means, take this trade. I'm not going to take it, but if you guys want, that's all you. GU, this was, I think, a trade that I was trying to take on my own. Yes, that was definitely a trade I was trying to take on my own. Okay, let's actually clear that all up, because I don't really like how GU is still looking, man. Oh my goodness. Okay. Weekly time frame. What are we seeing? A whole lot of nothing. We're seeing just a whole lot of price action, wick thrown over here, wick thrown over there. But when I see this weekly candle right here, all I can sense is that price is just going to end up pushing to the upside. And sadly, I don't want that to happen, but that's all I could really see at this point in time with GU. So I'm going to actually draw this zone right here. But you can also see that this is a very heavy, very heavy weekly supply zone right here. And so I'm not really 100% sure if we are going to indeed get this drop from the DXY. I'm really not too certain how that's going to play out. But guys, again, risky traders, if y'all want, you guys can be very much, you're like, oh, well, this looks like a good opportunity to buy. Kind of is. I mean, to sell. It kind of is a good opportunity to sell. What I would do if I was a risky trader, which I kind of am, but I don't think I want to take this yet, is move your stop loss a little past these highs. 30 pips. You're risking 30 pips. That's not even a lot. You're risking 30 pips, and then you can go ahead and sell this. And hey, if the sell does play out, hold it as long as you can. But again, it's just like I said, this weekly candle right here, I am definitely not feeling it at all. And so it's just like telling me, you might want to be careful there. All right, so that's that with GU. I don't have anything else I can say about it, because on the lower time frames, it just looks like a bullish move. And if, let's just say that price does end up dropping, let's just say that, if you pay attention to this fib, then where I could possibly see it coming back down to before it taking off is possibly 1.36327. I'd rather prefer 1.36167, but I don't want to buy, and I've been saying this for like the past how many weeks now. I'm not looking for a bullish GPUSD until this zone gets broken. Until this gets violated, I'm not really looking for buys on GU. So all I could really look for a buy on GU is this move right here. Other than that, I might take this sell, to be honest with you. So let's see how things play out right here. But definitely am looking for sells on GU at this moment until my stop loss gets hit and I see price closing. Even if I see price closing on the 1 hour, or let me say that if I see price closing on the 4 hour time frame, then I'll start to be like, okay, this is probably going to end up turning around. But if it closes on the 1 hour, I'm like, this can still possibly drop because the day hasn't ended. But we'll see how this goes, honestly. Like I said, I'm most likely going to get, now I am going to get into this trade. I'm risking 30 pips for 121. Why not? Let's see how that plays out. But let's go on over to arbitrage real quick. So arbitrage is kind of setting up for a sell, but if it breaks these highs, forget about it. Like this is, man. Yeah, I'd just rather take the trade. I don't want to have a stop loss of like 2, and then it gets wicked, and then price drops. So I'm just gonna hold that 30 pip stop loss trade and see how that goes. But everything on arbitrage is calling for buys. The 4 hour just called for a buy. This looks so ugly. And yeah, it even came and retested here. But just like with what could possibly happen with EU, this could just be trying to fill out this wick and then end up dropping. So we could see what happens in the long, well, not in the long run, but during this week, we'll see what happens with GU. For those who aren't as risky, but they still want to catch the top of this GU buy, what I would suggest for you to do is wait for this long exit all once per bar close. Well, no, not long exit all. I'll just say short. It's the same thing. And then create. And so once this crosses the RSI line and retest it, I'm getting in to the sell. So I might even get into like a double position at the tops. But let's see how GU plays out. I still, again, until this zone gets broken and retested, I can't really say that I'm going to get into a buy. So let's see how that plays out. I'm going to go on over to AUDUSD. Oh man, AUDUSD is a trip. Alright, so let's fake this out. Hold on, let me see what this looks like closer. Let me look a little closer. So I wanted, if I was going to sell, break, retest, continuation to the downside. I didn't get that, especially with that wick. I was like, nope, I'm not getting into this sell, and for a good reason. Okay. Let me just go into the weekly time frame. I'm going to clear everything off again. Okay. So weekly time frame. AU looks a lot like GU, but it looks a little better when it comes to rejection. It came up to this high, rejected off of it. AU's been extremely bullish ever since the whole COVID thing, 16th of March 2020. Extremely bullish, but let's see if it's going to start slowing down here. I mean, this is not a bad zone to like be rejecting off of, because as you can see, when price first broke through to the downside, retested it, then it started dropping. So I'm looking to see what AU is going to do. I really want this to fall personally. Nothing on the weekly is telling me that it's going to drop. Let's go into the daily. Daily time frame. Honestly, there's one or two things that I could see possibly happening here. So draw this out first. Get my little zone here. No, actually, let me not draw those. What the heck? There we go. Let me get a rectangle here. I want to see what price is going to do right here. I want to see if price is going to end up holding it to drop, because this does look like a, let me lower this a little. This does look like a pretty good 4 hour resistance right here. Let me see what the fib's looking like. Do I want it from this drop? No, I don't. I want it from this drop right here. From this drop to the downside. Yeah, this is right at the 61.8. Dang, these are all really lining up for me to want to sell them, huh? What I can honestly say I want to see happen with GU. Yeah, this is 4 hour. It broke that structure. I kind of want to sell it right now, but with my fibs rule, you guys know how it goes. I need that breakout, retracement, continue to the downside. So if I can get price to come up to 0.77050, by all means, I'm going to take that sell. So let's see how this thing will look. So if I can get price to come up to like right here, take it to the downside, stop loss slightly above where the drop started, 66 pips. And right here is a good TP. I like this TP right here because that's where this started to take off. So let's see how this plays out. Either price stops where it's at, goes a little higher to 0.76686. Either price stops right here and drops, goes to 0.76865, the 61.8 fib, or I get my entry, but those, I'm just looking for sells on AU right now. Point blank, period. I'm not really seeing anything else on AU necessarily. And it's been starting to really show that it might want to sell. 15-minute time frame, awesome. We already got arbitrage up in here too, so let's just say now, for instance, that I don't get my sell entry, then this is the second thing I'll probably play. I'm gonna be setting this for a short, once per bar close, create, and so if I can get, again, same thing with GU. If I get that break, retest, continuation to the downside. But other than that, I'm not going to really rush my way into AU. Either I get this alert or I get, I don't know why I'm not setting these alerts. Or I get this alert for my sell entry. So let me add alert. Crossing 71% fib, then sell entry. All right. And so looking for that for AUDUSD. I think I have the same thing for EU. I just didn't set a limit. No, I did not. If I miss this, it is what it is. I have arbitrage that can help me out. Crossing 71% fib, sell entry. There we go. All right, so that's AU. So let's see how that plays out. But got the blue on it. It's going over to EURAUD. Okay. EURAUD, what's been cooking? You've been dropping while AUDUSD's been dropping too. Alright, so first and foremost, gonna get rid of all this. I didn't really trade EA last week either. Rejected off that high nicely though, if I do say so myself. Alright, weekly time frame. Oof. Thick Barbosa candle on EURNZD, but this zone that I had drawn out, I don't know how many weeks ago, it's still holding up pretty nicely. Or probably I did this last week, to be honest with you. So EURNZD, what I'm really seeing here, and especially if I could get that drop on AUDUSD, I could see a potential really good swing buy opportunity on EURAUD. It's holding here at this. It's currently slightly under the 71% fib, so it's even a better entry than what I would be getting at. So kind of, guys, well, not kind of, but really, you know what I'm here for. Buy box. If we do get AUDUSD to really drop, then I like EA for a good swing, for a good ass swing setup. Sorry for the language, for those that don't know that I'm a pirate. So this is a solid swing opportunity if this is really what EA wants to do. But now again, that's probably if AUDUSD is gonna keep going bullish, then we could probably forget about this to even happen. but I like the risk to reward. It's a 1 to 4 risk to reward, and it is a swing opportunity. So if you are going to trade this, you must have extreme patience with it. And I recommend you risking about like 1% of your account on this. I like risking 1% or more, like 1 to 2% on my swing trades because they take longer to play out. And so since they take longer to play out, I'm like, okay, I'm going to risk a little more, and so that it can be worthwhile, you know? So definitely looking for this. Let me see how this plays out. So if these lows get broken, though, then I'm going to start to think that, okay, this is probably going to end up hitting stop loss. But then we also have this to worry about as well. So, again, I like the sell. I personally do. I mean, I like the buy. I personally do like this buy very much so. I'm going to go ahead and hop into it once I'm off this call. And we'll see how things play out. Let me lower this right here. There we go. So let's see how things play out on Euro AUD. Let me go on to the lower time frames to see what's up. Oh my god, my dog is sniffing at the door. Bailey, get out of here. Equal lows. I could see a possible. Now, this is definitely still a possibility to happen. I could still see price possibly making a liquidity grab and then push to the upside. I know you guys like that sound effect. But yeah, so this is what I'm looking at for Euro AUD for a possible, like, maybe drop a little more but continue higher. But I'm getting into this entry right here, whether or not if it does that liquidity grab or not. This is a swing trade, so all the noise that happens in between, I'm not really going to necessarily pay attention to it. Now let's go on over to the daily time frame of arbitrage. First of all, been very bearish, rejected off of this RSI line, bounced back down. That's cool. 4-hour time frame, ooh, dropped lower than here, so we'll see how that plays out. Euro AUD over here showing some rejections on the hourly, but doesn't look that great. And 15-minute time frame setting up for a buy. So yeah, the 15-minute setup could play out, and if you want, I'll definitely be watching for a quick like buy setup. Why not? Long once per bar close creates. But other than that, I'm looking at this more of. And again, this is a swing trade, so I suggest that you risk maybe a little more than 1% of your trade, so that if you are holding it, it will be more worthwhile. Okay, so this is for Euro AUD. Go ahead and go into GBPAUD. Okay, I thought that was going to happen on GA. Give me a second. Okay. So GBPAUD, what can be, dang. Yeah, this definitely looks bullish to me, man. Holy. But anyways, let me remove drawings. Let me remove everything. And let's just take this from the top, right? So GBPAUD, I was definitely looking for some type of sells on here when price had pushed up this high, but then like weekly time frame, this isn't necessarily looking like sell money. I mean, price did drop low, push up a little higher, came back lower, acted like it wanted to drop even lower, did a little stop hunt, then pushed to the upside. Let's go into the daily time frame. Oh wait, hold on, I'm sorry, forgot to draw out some importante zones like this. Okay, daily time frame, price has been consolidating up in here. I don't like seeing that. And then we have a thick daily candle close like that. 4-hour time frame. Honestly speaking, and I'm gonna push this, I'm gonna be just generous with myself, although I do expect that there could be a possible like a little smaller drop. But this looks better for the weekly zone than what I had it at previously. Yeah, it looks way better. Looks way better overall. Yeah, okay, cool. Awesome. So 4-hour time frame. When I'm looking at the 4-hour like this, all I want to do is buy. And it's the same thing as with Euro AUD. like you got to push to the upside. Then you had to drop. Look, 61.8. Although I would have wanted 1.78580 more for an entry, but still, this looks like it could potentially keep going to the upside. I'm going to not trade GA though. I'd rather trade EA. But this is basically where I'm seeing this go up to. You know. And again, if I'm trading one, I don't trade the other. From now on, that's kind of a rule that I'm setting for myself. And 15-minute time frame. Here you go. This even looks better than EA does at this point. This looks like it's about to call for a buy. So what you can easily do, breakout, retest, continuation to the upside. I might actually get into this play, but for a swing like this on the left, I'm not really caring for it, you know? So, but yeah, I might actually get into this buy right here. Push to the upside, drop, continuation to the upside. So, don't really see anything else on GA, I think, that I should be really concerned about. I do like that price has been consolidating up here. It could be doing like a bull flag type of thing. Like, it's going to, well, not bull flag, but actually, yeah, it could be doing a bull flag. Let's go over here real quick. It's not the greatest looking. It's not the greatest looking thing, but, you know, you make do with what you have. But yeah, not my style. I'd rather get into EA where it's at. It looks better for me personally for a buy than GA, but GA looks good for a buy as well. So let's see how this plays out. Gonna go ahead and go on over to, I'll just be watching it, but I'm not gonna get into it. It's going over to EG. Okay. EG basically, well, dang. Yeah, I gave two options on EG. I was trying to actually get into this buy for price to push up, but that didn't play out. So, EG, this is a no-go. Let's go into the weekly first. Clear that out, clear that out. Okay. Is that a wick? Hold on. Oh, that is definitely not a wick. I was about to say. Yeah, breakout. Look, well, not necessarily breakout because you still have these lows right here. But I'm not gonna worry about that. Let me go on to the daily time frame. I actually like this break and retest move a lot because I've been saying that I like EG for the sell more than anything else, really. So what I would definitely like to see, yeah, drop, push to the upside, continuation to the downside. That looks way better to me than anything on this right now. But then if that happens, then GU is going to continue to the upside, which is kind of what I don't want to see. But that's what this looks like to me. Like, it just gave a huge bearish daily candle. I can't see anything else but a break and retest. Let's go on to the 4-hour time frame. Yeah, so let's just do this right here. Let's just go off of this daily candle. For me to get into this sell, is for price has to come all the way back up to 0.88085, which isn't terrible for me, but it might be terrible for some. And so, yeah, that's basically all I have for EG. If I'm going to sell this, it needs to come up to 0.88085, and then I'll take the sell. I'm not going to set up a limit order or anything on it quite yet because I want to see how it plays out. But that's what I want to see on it. So that's on EG. Going over to here, 15-minute time frame already called for that sell. So, I mean, there's that. 1-hour time frame. Oh, yeah, you see, this is what I want to see. Oh, yes, this is what I like to see. So, I'd rather take the 1 hour over the 15-minute, personally speaking. That's just my style. If I can get price to show love and come a little lower, then I might get in. But actually, let me see how many pips it is to see if it's worth it to risk it. 8 pips, man. I better. All right. This is what I'm looking at. I told you guys I wanted the retest to come up to 0.88 what? 0.88085. 0.88085. Sure. Why not? So that's a 1 to 8.3 or 1 to 1.81. Sorry, I can't speak. The risk to reward ratio is 1 to 1.83. I'm going to go ahead. Yeah, I'll just leave the stop loss right there. 24 pips. But definitely I would put more of a stop loss lower than here, like with 0.87368. But the thing about EG right here, if this gives me an exit, then I'm probably going to get out like around like 0.7480. So instead of risking 24 pips, I most likely would be risking like about, let's say, if it breaks these lows right here, probably risk like about 15 to 20 pips. So, you know, that's just how I roll with arbitrage, but you guys know how that goes. So there, long exit all, once per bar close, create, continue anyways. And we're solid. So, yeah, I'm taking this trade up to 0.88085. And let's see how EG plays out. This looks nice to me, though. 4-hour time frame, let's see. Oh, yeah, if I could reject off of that and continue, that's cash. All right, so let's see what EG does. Let's see what EG does for us. Going over to EURNZD, one of the trades that one of the pairs that I've least been trading. I might actually give this. Oh, come. It missed my alert by that much. Wow. That hurts. That hurts to see. Like here. I think this is the trade setup I was looking for on this. Get that out of here. I just wanted to break, retest, continuation to the downside, I think, on this move. But it didn't happen. It is what it is. Alright, so let's actually go to the daily and clear everything out. Fresh chart. Okay. Or let's go into the weekly. How about that? Alright, weekly time frame. Been holding down. Well, it came and dropped a little lower. Price is now at this demand zone. Alright. There's only two options I can see on EN. It's either price takes off from right here. It can consolidate here for like a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, whatever. But all I kind of see, all I really see is for price pushing to the upside at least up to 1.73218. Either that happens or push to the downside, retest, continuation to this next zone, this next big demand zone right here. That's probably the next best thing that could happen. Or even if price just drops and comes down to these lows right here. Either one of those could happen, you know? I'll just put this right here for now because that is more short term than long term. 4-hour time frame. If I was looking to get into a sell, I wouldn't. I already, like I said, the sell opportunity that I would have got into, I already missed it, so it is what it is. So yeah, all I'm really looking for right now, if price can come back down to these lows, then I'm looking for buys. Ooh, hold on, is that a possible head and shoulders? Not really, it doesn't look the greatest. This, well, not invert, I was talking about over here on the 4-hour, but then if you look over here, if price climbs a little higher, or you want to just count that wick, then that could be a head and shoulders. But I'm not looking for buys here. Even if that was a solid head and shoulders to me, I wouldn't buy here. I'd have to wait for a break and retest. So again, unless price breaks through 1.66081, I'm buying on EURNZD. But I don't want to really necessarily trade it right now, to be quite honest. 1-hour time frame. It's giving that call sell, but don't really care for how this looks, so that's not for me. But everything else is already called for a sell. So again, I'm not looking for a sell. If you want to, sure, that's all on. That's solid. You can, but everything is calling for a sell. But it's just too low for me, and I needed to break structures on my technical analysis for me to personally get in. So, you know, that's just my opinion. GBPJPY. This is nuts. Alright, let's get rid of that. Weekly. Get rid of all this nonsense. On here. Okay. Price still holding here. It looks just like GU to me. If price holds here, sell it. Why not? It's just ridiculously bullish, and I wouldn't look for sells at this point. I mean, I kind of would look for sells at this point, to be honest, if I'm being risky about it. But what I could just, I'm just possibly seeing happen. There's nothing over here telling you to sell. That's number one. And number two, what I can just see happening is price coming up to the likes of 144.887 and then tanking hard. Well, not tanking that hard. I doubt that price would do this. Unless it did something like this. That'd be nice. But, yeah. All I can see is price just coming up slightly higher than dropping to the downside. Daily time frame is just making higher highs, man. Daily time frame is just making higher highs. Even right here. Even where price is opened up at. It's higher than where it closed at. This is, the high is 144.916 right here. The high on here is 144.891. So yeah, it's just making higher highs. So I can't really touch GJ right now. I gotta give it some time. If it holds right here, for sure, that'll be cool. But I'm not really trying to depend on that. So until I see some better confirmations on GJ, I'm leaving it alone. I'm not even gonna look at it on arbitrage. Let me close that. That's for something else. All right. USDCHF. Ooh, I don't like seeing this. This might be a reversal happening. Who knows? But anyways, yeah, I see this structure right here on USDCHF. I definitely do see this possibly turning around right here. I mean, because normally, what would I be looking for here? Oh, dang, that's a good head and shoulders, or inverse head and shoulders. Let's just say from this breakout right here. I'd rather love to see price come down to 0.88984 and then continue to the upside. That's what I would love to see. And the only reason I'm definitely saying that is because I saw this bullish move and then it like just came bearish right after. But if the US dollar is going to go bullish, then this is not going to happen. What's going to happen is probably something like this. Push to the upside, retest this, then continue to the upside. So with USDCHF, kind of same thing. I'm waiting for either one of these two things to happen. So I think the breakout to the upside is most likely rather than the drop to the downside. Because if this drops to down here, then I'm going to be questioning. I'm like, do I really want to trade this? Yes or no? Arbitrage, 15-minute time frame. Ooh. It gave that buy, but I can't get in it unless it retests that RSI line personally. So I might miss this trade. But 15-minute looks like a good buy setup, but I want to look at that 1 hour. Ooh. Yeesh, I don't like seeing that. 4-hour time frame. Okay, yeah, this is probably going to end up going bullish, honestly. Remember I called that buy right here. Price has been bullish since. I don't know. Oh, wait, that's not the time frame I'm looking for. If I can get price to come back down to the RSI line, then maybe I will get into the buy. But other than that, not really. It's not for me. I don't think it's probably going to end up coming down here regardless. But if it does, then hey, for sure. So I'm going to set up an alert. Value, arbitrage, RSI line, only once. And then I'm just going to put on the alert name, retesting. Oh, retest RSI. There you go. Then create. See what happens. Alright, so that is with USDCHF. Let's go on over to... I'm blue on you. Do I want to talk about tacos? Yes, I want to talk about tacos. Yes. Okay, so I've been in this trade. First and foremost, let's go over here. I don't know if I called this on my page, to be honest with everybody. But anyways, I got back into this USD Mexican trade right here. Terrible idea, I know. I'm just playing. This is not the stop loss. The stop loss is like right here. I always put my stop loss under the lows, like slightly under, just in case I might get wiped out, like right here. And so I like seeing this continue consolidating the push to the upside. That'd be mad love. As you can see, it's been bullish since it popped from right here. Dang, this was heartbreaking when it did that stop and it then popped and never came back down. That was funny. But as we can see here, though, we can see that prices basically filled up this wick that ended up happening. You guys remember how, I don't know what pair it was, EURUSD, where I said that, oh, if something like this happens, chances are that price might come back and fill up that wick. So prices almost filled it up, not all the way, but I would definitely want price to make these extensions to 20.90659 in the long term, right? Let's go on over to arbitrage real quick. We do see that the 15-minute is starting in the call for a buy. So again, guys, I'm still in this trade from last week, so I'm not really getting out quite yet. 4-hour time frame, though, it did call for a sell, which is kind of making me antsy, but it never broke these lows, so I'm not going to really take that to heart quite yet. Daily time frame, dang, I don't like how that band looks. Yeah, so overall, I'm going to keep my trade. This is going to probably call for a buy, but I don't need it since I'm already in it. So let's just see how USD Mexican plays out. Let's see how the tacos play out, you know? All right, Mr. Goldie Gold. So first and foremost, let's go over here. I'll go over there later. Oh, gold's going to drop, man. Okay, so first and foremost, last week, I don't know how many of you guys remember this. Barely missed my entry. I was upset, but it is what it is. All right. Weekly time frame. Dang, it's about to be 7 already. Weekly time frame. Things been killer. Been dropping. Sell box, although you guys already knew what that was about. Then we got the bear flag. Price dropped out of that. That wick is dangerous, man. But anyways, realistically speaking, and let's be real here, we cannot say that gold is going to be bearish on the weekly time frame until this structure breaks. Until this structure right here breaks, gold is still bullish. We can all agree to that, yes? So, what all I have to say on gold is, though, is that I want this retracement up to these highs. Well, not up to those highs. I like that bearish. I like that very bearish gold candle. But what I really personally want on gold, even if I don't get this fib right here, all the way up to like 1850 or 1846, I actually don't want that. What I would rather prefer is if price came up to the likes of like 1827, and then I would look for another sell on it. That's what I personally would like on gold, but it could definitely drop from where it's at right now. That's one thing that I could definitely see possibly happening with gold. Let's go look on the weekly time frame. That's basically all I have for gold. Sorry. So yeah, 1827.693. This is where I'm basically looking for a re-entry on gold. So I have this gold sell going on, and it's playing out nicely. It's been 1-2 weeks since I've been in it. Just to sell from up here at this weekly arbitrage has been playing out nicely. It's still showing that it is showing these purple or magenta, whatever color that is, on it. So the drop still looks nice, right? Daily time frame, well, daily's been calling for a sell, but it just looked ugly. But it held over the RSI line and continued dropping. 4-hour time frame, gave a sell, dropped. 1-hour time frame. All right, so boom, got the buy on gold. Again, I want the price of 1827. So right at even 1831, 1832. That'd be super solid if I can get that. If I can get 1832.200, then I'm definitely going in full force with a sell on gold. Well, not full force, but you guys know what I mean. Let me get rid of this so that we can see this things better. Yeah, gold is about to take off to the upside some more. And 15-minute doesn't even matter. So yeah, with gold, again, 1832. That's where I'm personally looking for sells at on gold. If price does end up coming to like 1844 or whatever, I take the L. It is what it is. But I'll talk about that more once it gets there in my chat, or if it happens on Tuesday morning. All right, S&P. I should have known better. I should have known better not to take this L. So took the L, 52 points. It is what it is. It happens, right? So price making higher highs. Gonna just wait for, hey, you know, and like I said last week, what SPX does normally, it'll drop and drop, then it'll just be like, oh, I'm right here. Let's go super bullish. And then it'll just make a higher high, which again, that's what it did. So, you know, I'll just wait for a drop whenever S&P and Dow Jones are ready to drop hard. Then they'll drop hard. I'll look for the retracement and then get into that, and then look to get into another buy, because they do this every week. Every single week, they make a huge drop. Look at this. They make a huge drop and then make a higher high. Make a huge drop. It's gonna make a higher high, or it's gonna chill right here. Now, this is where you, as a trader, have to make your own decision. You can either sell it right here and have a super tight stop loss. Hold on. There. You can either have it right here and have a super tight stop loss and try to take it to the downside, or you could just wait for it to break out and put a buy stop like at 31290 and just take it to the upside or something like that. But personally, I don't really care for how this looks. This can definitely go bullish in my honest opinion. And even if it doesn't, I mean, if anything, let's look at it this way. If it doesn't go bullish here, if it comes to 3127, maybe it'll continue again to the upside. So let's see how this goes. But I might take this risk, to be honest with you. You're risking 102 points, which is 1,020 pips, so be careful. But yeah. Okay. It's the same thing. Ripple. All right. Let's go on over to my guy Ripple. So, as you guys know from earlier today, for those who are, and I apologize, Discord channel, I really haven't been paying attention to my Discord like that, but got into this sell last week, got the push to the upside, took partials here, then I wanted this retracement as back to my 71% as per usual, and then got in. Price came up to the 1-to-1. So right now this trade is risk to reward free, and so you could just make money on this move. But price still needs to break this high. Price needs to break the 1-to-1 level to continue to the upside. So if you are in this trade, if you were able to get in from my channel, then I would suggest that you take your partials and just wait and see what Ripple does from here. But I do definitely love how the price dropped down and then it just came back up right away. Love seeing that. Love, love, love it. Let me get rid of this fib. Wait, where's this fib from? Ah, that's right. So price pushed up all the way to 76 cents, dropped back down, came to 35 cents, which is the 78.6 fib, then pushed up, retest. Yeah, I like that. Yeah. So let's see how this goes. Get rid of this right here. And Ripple, 1 hour time frame. I got out like right here when I could have taken it all the way down there. That's rough. It is what it is though. Retesting our sideline. Yeah, this looks like it could possibly go bullish, but this doesn't look that great either, honestly. Daily time frame, still calling for that buy, as it really should. And weekly, no, I'm just not gonna look at that. Going too far. So let's just see what Ripple does. It's calling for a buy here. Called for a buy, retested the RSI line multiple times, just retested it. So yeah, I'm expecting buys here. So basically a continuation to the upside. Let's go look at Bitcoin real quick. Now, one of my biggest things on Bitcoin was that, oh, let's be careful because if price comes back up here, it could possibly make a double top. And so since when price came back up here, it dropped. Let's see how many pips it dropped from when it came up here. 368 pips. That's a decent amount, 9%. So let's go into the 15-minute time frame and go a little closer. Well, no, not 15-minute. Let's go into the 1 hour. Sorry, let me close this. I'm only keeping that for documenting purposes. And so, let's say if we got the fib from down here. Sorry, Suresh, you took the L on that one. FTMO did not want you to get into this trade. But yeah, we can see here that price pushed to the upside. Retested. This is where I would have got in 37619, although I wasn't paying attention. Almost came to 78.6, then pushed to the upside. Still expect this to continue. And once it does, it makes higher highs. I have a buy stop at $42,000, and my TP is going to be at $50,000. Stop loss is going to be probably at $40,000. So that's just on Bitcoin. Let me actually do that trade setup, because that's all I want to see right now, because my entry for the trade has already missed and it's in profit. So it is what it is. Entry price, take profit at 50,000. Entry price at 42,000. And stop loss at 40,000. A 1-to-4 risk reward, beautiful. So alright, that's what I have for Bitcoin. Let's see how things play out. Arbitrage, 15-minute time frame, called for the buy, played out nicely. 1 hour time frame, called for the sell right here. I don't like how that sell looked, but once it came back up to retest that RSI line, I can't argue with it, because this is literally my setup. I could have made some money this weekend, but I was paying attention to Ripple. And it rejected off of the 4-hour RSI line. Oh yeah, baby, I want to see this fly. Come on. And Bitcoin called for the sell, about to call for the buy right here. I hate when the bands look like that. But again, I'm looking for buys. So let's see what happens. Well, I'm not looking for buys until 42,000 gets hit, but that's my position, right? Because I missed my position down here. So let's see how Bitcoin goes. But looking nice, man. Loving it. And then let me look at Ethereum last but not least. Straight cash money. And again, guys, or not again, I have a buy stop placed, and it's gonna be kind of the same setup as what this trade was. Like, oh, if it breaks the current all-time highs, then it's just gonna keep going higher, which it did. Look at this. It broke these highs, and how much percent did it gain from when it broke the previous highs? It gained 19% in value, almost 20% in value from when it broke the previous all-time highs. And so, kind of same thing with Ethereum. I kind of just like missed out on it. Well, not missed out. I don't like saying that at all. But I didn't get into it. I did notice that, oh, I did get into it, but then I closed early, and I'm like, you know what, I'll wait for it. But look at this. From this bullish move, pushed to the upside, retested, came to 14. Where did it come to? 1492.60. So this came to 1492.60, the 78.6 fib, and then pushed to the upside. That's why I like cryptocurrency so much, because they follow my fib orders the best. And so since I got that, still I didn't get the entry that I wanted. I think the entry that I had gotten was here, and I'm like, I didn't like the entry, so I just took some profits right here and got out. But yeah, if I could definitely have Ethereum, it's either there's no A or B. I just want Ethereum to start pushing to the upside, and if it does break through 1760.75, then I'm taking price up to 2,000, and my stop loss is going to be at 1728.76. So that's with Ethereum right there. Is there any questions? Is there any questions that anybody has for me? Nothing. All right, guys. Well, thank you for checking out my analysis gun. Again, I did the recording on YouTube. It was my first time doing my analysis on YouTube. And so I'm going to go ahead and see how that looks. Maybe I'll leave that there, but if not, then I'll be uploading the recording as soon as it gets rendered and all that. So thank you guys for checking out my analysis, and let's make some money this week. Later.